Hi, this is Jen Barney with Meringue Cakes and Fine Desserts. Today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite recipes. It's ooey, it's gooey, it's everything that a dessert should be. It's a homemade marshmallow, and you can learn it in your own kitchen once you learn a few tricks. Let's dive in and learn how to make these meringue marshmallows. The first step here is to prepare your pans. I have a 9x13 size pan that I've lined with parchment paper. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup powdered sugar and a 1/4 cup cornstarch and sift them together and generously coat the bottom of this parchment paper. This is going to help our marshmallow from sticking in the end. The next step here is to bloom our gelatin. I have 1 ounce or 4 packets of Knox gelatin that I'm going to mix with a 1/3 cup of very ice cold water. The key here is to have a fork handy and to mix it immediately. The sooner you stir it, the more likely you will get rid of all of those lumps right away. We're going to set this aside and use it later. In a medium-sized saucepan, combine 2 cups of sugar, a 1/2 cup of corn syrup, a 1/2 cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or use 1 vanilla bean. On high heat, we're going to cook this sugar until it reaches 246 degrees. This temperature is also called softball stage, and it's very important because this temperature is going to give our marshmallow a soft consistency in the end. Meanwhile, we're going to take 3 egg whites and prep them in a mixing bowl. The next step here is the trickiest, and to be honest, if you're going to make a mistake, it's probably going to happen at this point. The ultimate goal is to have your 246-degree sugar added to your egg whites that are whipped to a medium peak. It is so important that you do not overwhip your egg whites. If you take it too far, you should scrap it and start over. And it's also just as important to not overcook the sugar. So it has to be timed out perfectly. To time this out perfectly, I found it's very helpful to start whipping your egg whites when your sugar is at 230 degrees. This gives you about 1.5 to 2 minutes of time where your egg whites can get to the perfect consistency while your sugar gets to the best temperature. As I'm mixing my egg whites, I'm adding a pinch of cream of tartar, and I'm going to continue to mix these egg whites until they reach medium peaks. We're at that magic stage where we can add our hot sugar to our egg whites as they continue to whip. Let me tell you from personal experience that it's so much smarter to stream in your hot, boiling liquid to the side of the bowl than to add it directly to your rotating whisk where it can spit up boiling hot sugar at your fingertips. Remember that gelatin that we bloomed earlier? Now it's time to melt it. I'm going to add it back into this warm pan and put it back on the stovetop. On a very low heat, I'm just going to gently melt it until it's at a liquid stage. This gelatin is totally melted, it has no lumps, and now it's ready to start adding to our marshmallow as it continues to whip. The good news here is the hard work is all over. The last step is to continue to cool your marshmallow batter as it whips until it's warm. From there, you're going to spread it into your prepared pan. It's important to not let your marshmallow batter get too cold as it's whipping. That gives the gelatin too much time to set up, and it's going to be harder to spread, so warm is best. To finish, lightly coat the top with your leftover powdered sugar and cornstarch that you used earlier. We're going to let this marshmallow set up for at least 8 hours, and you're going to find that it unmolds very easily, and from there you can cut it into any shape and use it for many applications. Now that I've shown you how to make this core recipe, I'm going to encourage you to make this your own and add fun flavoring. At the Bake Shop with Meringue, we've been using this exact recipe at our farmers markets, and I've done a beer marshmallow, a sea salted caramel, a mint chocolate chip marshmallow. We've had a lot of fun with it. The one tip I can give you about adding flavoring to your marshmallow is to not add too much liquid content to it. Try to keep it down to a teaspoon or less. I found that when I add too much flavoring that's liquid, it makes my marshmallow soggy and it's not quite the ideal consistency. If you'd like to coat your marshmallow in chocolate, I've had the best luck using Ghirardelli candy making and dipping chocolate. It gives a nice, thin, even, consistent coating on the outside of the marshmallow, and you can find it at most local grocery stores. I hope I've encouraged you to make marshmallows in your own home kitchen. Thank you so much for watching. This is Jen Barney with Meringue Cakes and Fine Desserts. As always, if you'd like to hear what Brian and I have been up to in the bake shop, please visit us at www.meringuecakes.com. Have a wonderful day.